So we were just, I was saying, we were just on set at Bunk'd like a couple of weeks ago, and your season your second season just premiered.
Yeah,
we
we're really excited about it.
Yeah, we had like a week of like episodes, like 3 or 4 days of episodes, which was really cool because instead of like watching one episode and then having to wait a few weeks for the next one, we kind of just like went into it, which I think got the fans really excited.
That is cool. So what is like, give us some sneak peeks about like what's going to be happening on this season.
Okay, the one that
at camp.
The one that I... Kiwi? We already forgot. Kiki.
Wakiki.
I'm not gonna lie. I just kind of skim over everything, and it's just blah blah blah. My line, blah blah blah. I still don't know the title of the show. I've kind of just been.
We do, although I will say we do have some like cool stuff coming up this year.
Okay, so
one of the biggest hints we can give away is that we have Cameron guest starring again at the end of September, which is really, really fun. And we kind of got a crazy set to like match up with the craziness of the episode. So it's definitely like a lot going on. Like this whole season has definitely been jam-packed more than in like comparison as well as like the first season of Bunk'd with Jesse. This is by far the craziest season we've ever filmed.
So what's like giving some crazy stories?
Actually we all did an episode where, you know, we can't give too much away, but we will say that it takes place on an old mountain that we find near Camp Kikiwaka.
Just find the mountain.
Well, we just go exploring and we find an old ski lift.
Okay.
And so, you know, without giving too much away, we get trapped on the ski lift, and we have to find our way off.
You gave away the I don't care.
Wait, so how you just get trapped and then
we basically just get trapped.
And then you're gonna tell us everything else that we need to
so page 23. And we use the mountain a few times. In Cameron's episode, we use this mountain, which is kind of crazy because we have to mess around a lot with blue screen and green screen.
I was gonna say, it's not a real mountain that you have, is it? Like,
it is a set that they built. And they spent a lot of time constructing.
Right. So it's like, and it's crazy because it's like we have to use movie magic where we like put together platforms, and then like you walk in on Monday and you just see these guys painting foam, like these, not foam, sorry, like a styrofoam. Yeah, there we go. It looks like a mountain.
I think it's a cool episode though, because there are a lot of like stunts in this one, and it gives us a chance to play with our imagination.
Do you guys do your own stunts, or do you have people do it?
We do our own stunts, but we have supervisors.
And this guy, he's been doing some crazy stunts this entire season, which is kind of like.
So what's like an example of like a crazy?
Well, on the ski lift, I do end up. I don't think this goes too much. I do end up, you know, kind of slipping off the ski lift and hanging on for dear life. So, and it's cool because we play with our imagination in that, you know, it's basically just a green screen that we're looking down, but you know, as an actor, you have to be like, you know, what's really down there is. 1,000 feet, and if you fall, you're
That's
gone.
like my worst
you just play. So.
Yes.
It definitely, and I think.
I felt weird. I felt bad for him, honestly, because I mean he was hanging by a.
And that's like real. It's really tight.
That's like, even if I was hanging by a harness from like this ceiling, I would be.
But
freaking
it's still pretty scary.
And I think the funny thing is like when you're like on a set with green screen, you forget that there's stakes in the scene. So they're like, hey guys. Your friend's dying. Could we just integrate that in there? And we're like, oh yeah, like we should probably put this in there. And you know, like whatever the stakes are, sometimes it's easy to forget. And like the funny thing is like when we have like fans visit set, they're really surprised because they think it's a real camp.
Do you have a lot of fans that come and get to see?
Yeah, sometimes we have like friends, fans like that come on set.
Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, we have like a lot of Make-A-Wish friends that come by, which is really fun.
They're awesome, by the way.
They're really sweet, which is cool, and it's just to see their faces when they see that the set is not actually a real camp. Kind of like it kind of freaks them out.
I think it's like a real lake in the background.
Yeah,
it does look really real though.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like they have to like use like little they have to use lights that set up and reflect like it's like actually water reflecting the sunlight. It's crazy what they do on set.
Yeah, I mean, honestly. Kudos to the crew, man. I mean,
absolutely. I put so much hard work into it.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't go unnoticed. So.
And like, did you guys all know that you wanted to do acting? Like, since like, how did each of you get started? There's a lot of people out there like they all want to like be like you guys one day. They love watching.
Acting's it's a great job.
It's amazing.
You get a chance to like flex your creative muscles.
Oh,
and
there
that's fun.
There you go.
But you know, if you're a creative person and you know you're invested in kind of like you know the human mind and the human body, it's a great way to like know yourself and connect. But I mean, how'd you get into that?
I mean, I told my mom when I was like, what, 2? We tried and tried, but everybody we went to, they were just like, no, he's a little bit too young.
So you have to go for like
Yeah, I
a
mean,
nose, right?
it's basically a lot of stuff because, I mean, you have to memorize your lines, you have to know how to do, like, it's just a crazy, fun thing that, I mean, I didn't think, none of us thought that I could actually do it, but hey,
None of we all believe in you.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy because it's just like it shows like you were telling us that your first ever audition for like a real was Bunk'd.
Yeah.
You were like booked that like
really?
right there.
Yeah.
That was your first audition?
yes, this
Wow.
is my first audition. Like, I never had booked anything else. I had never gone out for anything else. So, like, my
That is
agent
really cool.
was like, let's see what this kid can do. So they sent me on the audition for Bunk'd, and it was actually a school day, because the funny thing was that I told my mom, like, a week before, because we were watching Jessie, and I was like, imagine if one day when I booked a job, it was for Jessie or something, because, I mean,
That's crazy.
they need a Latino kid, you know? And, I mean, they literally have everything. I mean, I was like, there's something missing. I need to work with them.
Yeah.
If I don't work with them,
That's
my
awesome.
life has not been accomplished.
That's
The
so
next
sick.
week-
Hey man, you're
She's
10
like,
years old. You got time? It just seems like I'm 10. I'm getting old, man. Let's
No, no.
get this moving. No, and like Kevin, you started in theater, right? Because it's like you came from a background where you like started like with some acting classes and you like got into that.
I did.
And you
Well,
started-
you know, I mean, I wasn't very keen on theater. You know, as a teenager, I was in school in Chicago. You know, at a public high school, really, and a friend of mine had recommended that I try theater for the first time. So I signed up for a class, just like was curious. But I mean, at the time, I was on the baseball team. I wasn't too keen on baseball either, so I was like open to new experiences. Yeah. And then I ended up really loving it. So I just kind of kept going to classes and practicing my craft. I read a lot of Shakespeare. Like I did. I was in a play.
Shakespeare
Henry
must
V.
be really hard though. Like those
That was
lines
by
to
far
memorize
the
those
hardest
lines.
gig I've had. I had because I was the youngest person in that cast. This was at a play in Chicago. They assigned a personal Shakespeare like trainer with me, just
Oh my
because I
God.
was 16 and I was like, what am I? You know, I don't know this lingo, but yet I was like had to speak French and I had to.
Pick it up pretty quickly.
I with help, but I picked it up
Wait, can you
eventually.
speak any French right now? Like, can you say anything in French right now?
Like, I forgot what the lines are. Like, "Il Dieu caché dans ce tabernacle," stuff like that. But like,
Who is watching from France right now? Because he just spoke French.
I don't remember what that means. But
Can anyone translate?
Yes,
Yeah.
please. Like, if you can
Translate for us,
translate.
please.
And like theater is like really intimidating. I mean, like I don't get how you do that. Like I could never like.
well, you basically do live theater.
I mean, like yeah, but like we just have 4 cameras looking at us, so it's like it's
It's the same principle.
It's basically this. I feel like theater would be harder, but ours is also pretty tough because I mean we have the creator of the show and all the producers on us, watching us, and sometimes when we get behind it, it's terrible. It's like you have to do everything correct.
because you want to like
And
get it
also
as.
in theater, you have to do everything correct because the audience is like watching you.
And that's like one of the crazy things about our show is that like because our show is like so crazy, especially this season. Sometimes like it's difficult because we have so much to cover and so many like crazy scenes like you mentioned with the ski lift or with a
Right.
mountain. Like those aren't like we just bring in like cameras. We're just like boom, boom, boom. Like that's easy. So sometimes it takes time to like get the specific shots that you need. But I think that's what's also fun about our stage is that like we're also like really excited to jump into the next scene and like
Absolutely.
get it done and just like you know like keep working and pumping out like the best that we can.
And I think there needs to be, just for the record, to say just how great our creator, Camille, is.
Oh, yeah.
Our executive producer, Adam Levinas, and just all those, guys who are behind the scenes to make sure that everything, because a lot of the time they write to us and they write to our character and, they only want the best for the show and our characters. So they're always looking out for us.
Yeah,
And you guys have like a good crew. Like you're all like friends also, right? And you're like
would definitely hate each other. No, it's
we get along very
each other
well.
at
So.
all.
yeah, which is really awesome because it
I can
helps.
tell.
Sorry. And like that's like one of the great things. Like Peyton and I had finished Diary of the Wimpy Kid 2, and then we auditioned for Jessie together. And that made being in the audition room together helped a lot because we'd already worked with each other and we already knew each other's like chemistry and what we were like, and that helps a lot. And being like friends with your castmates, that actually is a big advantage because you can work off of each other really easily. And like I know with like for example, like Kevin and I, we were on set the other day, like the other week, sorry, and he was just like, hey, like could you give me a reaction for that? Like that would really help.
Yeah, we always talk about. I mean, we're both very invested, so whenever that's a great example. Like I talked to Karan, I was like, can you give me this? And Karan's just like, I can give you that, or can you give me?
And
this?
I told
We're just
him
always
like,
building
please
up.
leave. I don't want you in my face right now.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
eventually I give it to you. No, but that, it definitely helps. It helps the energy of the show, and it makes it more less like fake, so to speak. You know what I mean? I mean, like it's easier to sell the fact that we're actually at camp with a bunch of friends.
Absolutely.
No,
Hi, Lindsay.
Oh,
Lindsay
dab,
rules.
guys, we were
Oh,
requested.
yeah, there's
Dab.
everybody always wants to see
Wait,
people dab.
okay.
Guys,
Okay,
So,
first
should we do it
we
together?
start out. It's like a dab wave. Okay, ready? 1, 2, up,
Okay.
go.
I don't have to.
that
Yeah.
was like
Are we young and hip
yeah,
like the
there's a
kids?
high five all around.
All right.
How was that? We should do a hashtag dab wave.
Hashtag dab
Yes,
wave.
hashtag.
Hashtag dab wave.
We'd love to hear your questions if you have any.
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Okay. How are you guys so nice? That's a good
Ooh,
question.
We're actually horrible. This is a complete facade.
Yes,
No, I mean this is actually really fun. I think people forget like how awesome your guys' studio is. So like being here is like the coolest part.
So, Ari, Bunny, and Wenzel, what's their favorite moment on the show?
Favorite moment?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Ooh.
I mean, it depends. Is it a group favorite? Do we have personal favorites?
Let's go with personal favorites.
Personal favorite?
I have a personal favorite I can start with.
Yeah, go for it.
I think this season I was actually really excited because Xander gets to sing a song for the first time. This character already has, a passion for music, so I think the whole experience of filming the music video and the song was just a really, really big challenge. But I mean, I love that challenge, and it helped me grow. I think the Xander character is going to grow a lot.
And a shameless plug. Watch Disney Channel's Bunk'd if you guys want to see this music video.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I actually think my favorite would be like our characters developing, because a lot of our characters have sort of changed in a few things. Like
Absolutely.
we have matured a lot. Jorge isn't as crazy as he used to be last season, which is I mean.
But I think it's also that like you're blending with your character
Yes,
a bit more, and
exactly.
you guys are finding that
We
middle.
like figure out it. My favorite would be also learning my lines, because I love learning like new lines, and I love seeing the new like story behind all the episodes.
Yeah.
And where we get to
It's
go.
just amazing.
And every episode is a new adventure that
Yes, exactly.
becomes part of our character's history. So that's a great answer.
My personal favorite. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I don't know. Can you tell us your favorite? There's another question from Ariana B23. You've answered after your.
Oh no.
How long does it take to make an episode?
So it takes about a week.
Yes,
It's 1 week.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
Why don't you explain like the process?
Yeah, of course.
Yes,
So even though the episode's only 21 minutes, it takes a whole team, like about 150 people, to make an entire episode. So Monday we go in, we do the table read, just read it. Tuesday and Wednesday we rehearse the entire script and we perform it for our producers and networks so they can make any changes that they want. And Thursday and Friday we shoot it, and then it's off to editing.
Yeah, it seems like a very
Short
it's
short
meant
process,
to be process, but
But it's long.
it can take
But
a
it's
long.
fun though. It's like really fun to
Yeah.
do it.
Superstars FS 101. What's been your favorite episode so far?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go with
The
episode
duck
2.
one?
Yeah,
the duck
episode
one.
2.
I'm gonna go with episode 2 where
Same.
Emma becomes jealous of Lou and Xander's relationship, and I think that was a really cool episode because a lot of teenagers can relate to that.
yeah.
And where I go.
I actually really liked. There was an episode in season 1 about a ghost. I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a ghost named Olga. And I had a lot of fun filming that episode, and I had a lot of fun watching it.
Yes,
so I
it
think
was
that was
so
one of
much
my
fun.
favorites thus far.
I think my favorite would be also episode 2 of second season. 'Cause, I mean, I got my dance song.
Oh yeah, you did. That was really cool.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
And then, it's just
Yeah, not a lot of people know this, but you got some smooth moves, man. You're a really good dancer.
There's so many questions I'm trying. I like can't even like. Do any pranks on set? Who is the biggest prankster out of?
I think we have.
everybody?
I
You know
think we
what?
have jokesters, but I'm not sure if we have.
I'm gonna go with Nathan because he's like he can do some magic tricks. He can do a lot of magic.
He
tricks.
does have great magic tricks.
So
Great. Wow.
Yay!
Have you done any magic tricks on the show like this?
I'm not on the show, but I've done them, like 4 of them.
he does it in like sometimes like the schoolroom, like when we're like trying to avoid doing schoolwork, he'll like do it like and then he'll do some magic tricks, which is awesome.
There's also like doing putting the coin back in the pocket and then going into a thing where I just
Where did you learn these?
all of a sudden go 3, 2. Got it?
That's trippy.
Whoa.
Well, you're self-taught,
insane.
right? You like taught
Yes, I'm
yourself.
self-taught.
That's